We had a great day today, arriving here in the Holy Land. Both of our groups, a historic trip, anniversary, 50th anniversary of Notre Dame, 90th anniversary of the synagogue.
We have been extremely fortunate over the years as Jews and Christians back in the Caldwells to share deep friendship, to worship together, to study sacred texts together, to engage in social action projects together, to respond to 9/11 together, and in so many ways to be really in deep bonding with one another. Now we're taking that to an even higher level with this historic pilgrimage of Jews and Christians to Eretz Yisrael, to the Holy Land.
I say Boker Tov, have a good morning, and you say have a good life. So I say Boker Tov, and you say Boker Or.
As soon as I saw that it was a trip with the Roman Catholic Church in town, Notre Dame, and our temple, Agudath, Israel, and that they were hitting all the religious sites, I go, I can't resist, I have to go.
Are we there yet? Yes.
So we arrive and we go to Sepphoris, and we discover there dwellings where people lived in the first century. There are mikvot, ritual baths.
Village of peace, or a village that the Romans allowed to exist, and they didn't destroy it like they did just about every other place that was in their path on the road to Jerusalem. So the Romans and the Christians lived there apparently in peace.
Also, that Jesus of Nazareth would have indeed, because of its proximity and his need for a trade, he was a worker of wood, a tekton, as is said in the text, that he would had gone to Sepphoris for labor.
We saw a theater in Ticori.
Ticori, which symbolizes the beginning of Rabbinic Judaism, of the successor to temple-based Judaism, based upon the oral law.
The previous trip was, although I like to take photographs most places I go, there were places I just stood, probably with my jaw dropped, and just sort of staring at them without even taking pictures of them, because it was just such, it's a place that we've all read about for however long it is that we've been reading the texts and going to Sunday school or Hebrew school, wherever we went when we were children, and here we are in that place.
So today we began to see that Judaism and Christianity have a common land at their original heart. That out of this land, and people looking from Sepphoris into the region of Galilee, where most of the public ministry of Jesus was performed, that everyone got an understanding of how the nature also impacted the ministry of Jesus.
And so we saw the town in which Judah, the patriarch, Judah the prince, codified the Mishnah, which becomes the sacred book, essentially the book of Torah wisdom, of Torah living, that became portable to enable us, after the destruction of the temple, to be Jews and to have synagogues and rabbis everywhere that we have lived throughout the world.
There was an archaeological dig there, and we saw a beautiful mosaic of the god Dionysus, which is one of my favorite gods in mythology because it's the god of wine, which I love wine, and the god of parties and good times, and who doesn't like that? I think it was a senator, or it was someone with a lot of money who would entertain in the area. We talked about, people, the mosaic would be in the middle and there'd be couches all around where people would basically lie around, eat and drink. The second one was a synagogue, actually, and that had the mosaic of the zodiac piece right in the middle, and we discussed that that was measuring the months.
We saw the best mosaics, one of the best mosaics in the world.
פריחת השקד, כרם חשוף, רוח ערבית, איש על חמור. ליל גליל, ליל גליל, רוח בהר גליל, ליל גליל, לילה ליל, רוח רוח רוח, ועלייך ממרום לרגליים ממרום, ההר לא ענן, שביל בהר לא לפלגן, ערפל בגיא שוכן, שביל מוליך.
Actually, the highlight I thought for me today was the Church of the Annunciation, which I've never been to.
The Church of the Annunciation, which is really symbolizes the beginning of the Christian faith.
Lastly, at the Church of the Annunciation, that church is dedicated to Mary of Nazareth. We're discovering about Jesus of Nazareth, but we have to keep in mind that this family, Jesus was part of a family, part of a Jewish family that practiced the mores and practices of Jewish life in the first century. And that as we discover this, then we have a better understanding of how the Jewish Jesus lived his life and how that Jewish Jesus has impacted our faith as Christians. day for all of us to arrive here safely on an outstanding flight with El Al. We begin right on day one to see that it's common ground. And the common ground for Jews and Christians
This is the first day we're getting to know people on the trip. We're starting to make those initial connections.
In a place like Israel in particular, it's just an awesome place. There's so much awe here that it can be overwhelming even if you've had a full night's sleep. And I think it takes time for it to all settle in.
Begin right on day one to see that it's common ground. And the common ground for Jews and Christians is truly the Holy Land.
קידום שירי ינום מיתר לקפור לך הכנרת